Welcome in. Hey, we lit. I thought you were going to say this place is lit. How's it going, everyone? Welcome in. I Boozy, episode number 33. We are a third of the way to 100.
100?
100.
Yeah, 100.
100. Josh, how are you today?
Thomas? You good, man? No, I asked first, big man. That was weird, by the way. We should
delete. Scratch the files. I'm okay. I'm doing all right. I'm getting there.
We're starting to become that couple that finishes off.
Finish you off in a minute. But
finish it off, yeah. Get drunk. Yeah, man. I am good. Yeah, man, I'm good. It's early for anyone listening back. It's early. It's 3:40 p.m. in the afternoon.
It's not that early. It's 5 o'clock. It's 5 o'clock somewhere.
Cracking open a beer, you know the rules.
That's it. But guys, with that in mind, disclaimer time. This podcast is solely for entertainment purposes. We do not advocate overconsumption or abuse of alcohol, and we certainly do not promote binge drinking. All guests have the choice whether they wish to consume alcohol or not, and it is their responsibility to drink responsibly. And gamble responsibly as well. I don't know why I said that, but gamble aware in it. I don't know. No, it came. It was in like someone was talking about like
gambling.
Someone was talking about Pokemon Go being like basically just like, you know, it's no different to gambling with all like when it used to be the loot box and even like the main series games when it had all the gambling. So yeah, man, gamble aware, gamble responsibly.
Actual gamble stream.
That's it, man. That's it.
Right, first topic of conversation.
First topic of discussion.
No. Right, no. Right, we need to discuss something. Right.
Okay.
So for anyone listening, for those who don't know, Thomas has a serious problem. Like, and it's something that like I think he really needs to like get sorted for himself. So you know, first of all, Thomas, man, we're all here for you. You know, support you in your time of need, man. But Thomas has a serious case of being fucking late.
Is that it? I was thinking I've got a lot of problems.
Man's being late to everything.
What do you mean?
Right?
What do you mean late?
Okay, so right, we were always gonna do a cast today, right? And normally when we do these kind of casts, because it was never gonna be a live one, which is a pre-recorded one, we normally do it 10 a.m. right?
We never actually agreed a time.
Yeah, straight up, mate.
Run the receipts. I do nothing. Listen, these men, right? Guys, I'm basically on horse tranquilizer right now. I'm fucking not me. That's what I'm thinking.
Well, you're on ket.
It's ket, but not ketamine. It's like ketarol.
Yeah, and then So then, from there, bro goes, "Oh shit, I'm doing a tournament. Can we move it to 3? Yeah, cool. So I'm just playing some Val with Joe, right? Man says, "Oh, we moved to 3:30. I'm like, this motherfucker is gonna get his head whooped, man. I'm fucking telling you, big man. So yeah. So
we didn't agree. We didn't actually agree.
It is my absolute pleasure that in the order of democracy that we operate in the IBU team, is that we will be introducing a beer tax for if you're late. So if you're late, you push time back. You owe the other host a beer, and that is fair, and it has been agreed on through democracy.
That's not how democracy works.
Yeah, it is. 3 of us voted. You said no. Me and Joe said yes.
No.
2 versus 1. Yes wins.
Joe abstained. If he knows what's good for him, Joe abstained. No, he
didn't. He didn't. He was there. So yeah. So Tom owes me 1 beer in Madrid, and you know. I mean, realistically, if he goes on the way he is, I'm not paying for a drink when I got all day. It's gonna be.
Guys, I'm on these heavy meds. You know, I'm saying I'm sleeping for ages. Right, this fucking horse tranquilizer. I'm not a horse, but I am in places.
Yeah.
But did you know that the average horse weighs 1,000 pounds and has a 20-inch penis, and that's a ratio of 50 pounds to 1 inch. So an average man weighing 200 pounds only needs a 4-inch penis to be hung like a horse. Be proud, fellas.
Have you just read that off Google? Have you just read that off Google? Because you're looking down.
It was on Reddit.
Yeah. Thomas, man, you're going to Stockholm this weekend. How are we feeling?
Yeah, we're feeling okay. It's going to be fucking cold, so it's going to be very
Bro,
very different.
Fucking man said to me and Joe at the other chat, "Oh, blah blah. Wish you boys were going." No, it's 4 degrees, fam. Are you discombobulated? Look at me, man. I'm wearing a Hawaiian shirt, bro, with the top button undone. I'm chilling, man. I'm chilling. I ain't going to no 4 degrees. We've only just got good weather. We've only just got good weather back in England.
ALPA, you want to come out here?
Yeah, no, absolutely fucking not. Too cold, man. Too cold. I hate being cold.
That's all right.
So you got your team sorted?
Relatively, yeah, it's sorted. Listen, what will be. We'll go there. We'll have a good time as much as we possibly can. Yeah, it's gonna be very cold. We'll be there like on stream, like with a fucking Cole Palmer. That'll be us, man.
Too cold for me, big man.
No, but to be fair, I'm like it's one of them where it's like I went to Malmo last year and it was okay. To be fair, it was actually warm in parts in Malmo, which was really weird. I remember Matt Beer. Shout out to Matt Beer. Matt Beer was fucking sunburnt, man. He looked like a fucking, what are those lollies, man? Drumsticks or whatever they are, with the pink and the white. That was literally Matt Beer walking around with a wife beater on, looking all sunburnt and shit. So yeah, he's gonna be there this weekend as well. So be good to see Matt, because I know he had a.
Yeah, you're going tomorrow, right?
Flying at 6:30 a.m. from Stansted.
Tomorrow?
Yeah. So literally after work in the evening on the Thursday, obviously we'll go into Friday because I work quite late, and then we'll be leaving Loughborough around like 12:30. Yes. Is there something you wish to add?
So I said to you,
yeah,
are you going tomorrow? And you said 6:30. And then you went, flying 6:30, going after work tomorrow, and it rolled into.
Yeah, so it's like I'm
not going tomorrow.
But I'm leaving literally, like, you know when UK people, when it's past midnight and you say tomorrow, but it's past midnight, so technically it's today. So my flight is at 6:30 a.m. on Friday.
You know it's Wednesday, right?
Yes. So when you say tomorrow, but basically for me, I'm not going to be sleeping. Like, it's like one sleep for me. So I see it as like, so I finish work on Thursday and then I'm going.
So you're not going tomorrow. You're going the day after tomorrow.
Listen, we're clutching.
Mate,
we're clutching at straws here. We're clutching at straws here. No,
so someone run that shit back, bro. You're not going tomorrow.
I have one sleep.
Bro, that's not how it works.
One sleep until.
Wait, just because you don't sleep doesn't mean you fucking skip a day out.
Yeah.
And realistically, if you didn't sleep every other day, like your year would not be 365 days.
It's not, in all honesty. It's really not. It's fucking.
Bro, you
being for real. No, so.
Mate, oh my! I can't believe you just said that. I literally.
No, so today is Wednesday, right? We're working.
You're going Friday, so you're not going tomorrow, or does Thursday just not exist in Thomas's calendar?
We are leaving Loughborough at like 12:30 a.m. Which is technically
Friday.
Yes, but
Friday.
The amount of times people are like, "I'll see you tomorrow" when it's late. Like, listen, you are just using it to suit your own agenda. You are chatting.
So not tomorrow.
You're chatting wassa.
I'm chatting wassa. Bro is just manipulating time and space. You think you are Thanos?
Yeah.
What the fuck,
listen,
bro? Like,
perfectly balanced as all things should be. But yes, we are flying from 6:30 in the morning. On Friday, then. Does that make you happy? Yeah.
Yes, yeah, man. Bro, mate, I was buffed. I'm like, what? I'm like, if you're going to 6:30 tomorrow, then how the fuck are you working in the evening? What man's flying there, flying back, doing a shift and flying back again?
I didn't know I'm doing a shift out there, innit? Man's been sent.
Mate, you are chalked, man. What the fuck?
Man's been sent to work in Scandinavia.
Right, you know what you just did? You know the clip I sent you of the two guys doing the podcast, and one of them is fucking stupid.
Stupid you
in it. Just turned it.
No, I fucking didn't.
You did. You just fully.
Guys, that is expected to happen when you've spent like, I don't know, best part of a week with MrAvalanche, and like you start losing brain cells, like rotting away.
Yeah, and I still know the difference between tomorrow and the day after tomorrow, just because you don't sleep.
Yeah, it's one sleep. One sleep away. I don't deal in like hours and days and all that. That's too conventional. I deal in sleep, so it's one sleep away until Stockholm.
What? What? So if I said to you. All right, so if I said to you, okay, what is it, 4 p.m. now? If I said to you, all right, I'm going to meet you at 10 o'clock tonight, you're going to go, oh, okay, cool. So I'll see you in half a sleep's time. Like,
I'll see you later, innit?
Like, yeah, mate. No, you just said you deal in sleep. So if I said to you, I'll meet you at 10 o'clock tonight.
Yeah,
say, okay,
I'll see you later. I'll see you later. Yeah.
Yeah, cool. So I'll see you in half a sleep's time.
Yeah, I'll probably will go for a nap, and then.
Mate, you are a specimen, big man. All right, I'm telling you, mate. Mate, you actually got me scratching my head. I can't believe I can't believe we've just had this conversation where you are trying to tell me 6:30 Friday morning when it's 4 p.m. Wednesday. You tried to tell me that's tomorrow because you're not going to sleep. That is not how it fucking works.
It's one sleep away, isn't it?
And bullshit. Because I guarantee you sleep on the coach on the way down there.
I don't sleep on coaches. I'll be awake.
Wait, man just gave me the Churchill the dog fucking head shake, bro. What the fuck, bro? You are discombobulated.
No, because I've got the National Express booked, right? But Amy's also driving, so I don't know if I might ask Amy if I'll just jump in with her, and
then you'll sleep in the car anyway.
No. I'll get the beers in. I'll have like a couple of Maggies, get the Maggies in, and then we'll be all right.
No, you fucking will not. No, you will not.
Yeah.
100% you. No, you.
Yeah, I will.
What? White Lion Bar, man. Come on.
I will. We'll get him in.
Mate, you are.
We'll send a selfie. We'll send a selfie. Because
of you drinking a Magnum?
What?
In Amy's car.
To be fair, I've not asked Amy if I can go in her car. So, but me drinking a Magnum regardless on National Express.
Yeah, regardless. Mate, you are. But you're stressing me out, bro, because you're chatting bare blast today, man. What's going on with you, man?
It's the meds.
Mate, you fell asleep on the Central line after 3 hours of drinking.
What do you mean on the Central? Oh, on the actual Central line? Nah.
Yes.
There was no signal on the train. How am I meant to message?
You told us you fell asleep on the train.
No, I said I fell asleep on the Megabus. I don't fall asleep on National Express, just Megabus, innit?
Yeah, you are chatting the fucking most, man. Oh my god,
right.
Mate, my head hurts in this conversation.
We're moving. My cheeks.
Yeah, mate, swiftly fucking moved on. You know, see, this is why you have a problem with being late, because man doesn't operate on like universal standard time, bro. Bro, it's like you know when like countries just decide, oh, I'm gonna make my own language. No, you just did my own time metric. That's literally what. You just did.
Man's in the multiverse. Man's traversing the multiverse. I'm just out here.
Bro thinks he's fucking Ant-Man traveling.
Man's Doctor Strange, innit? I'm gonna start fucking hitting the.
You are a specimen. Fucking hell, bro. That was rough. That was a tough listen.
Right, we're moving on to the next next segment.
Please do. Okay, so.
Pause.
So speaking of you going to the Play Pokemon Show 6,
yes.
6-3.
Yes.
So I wrote this in my notes when we were going away. I've read loads about it on Twitter, and it just seems to be becoming more and more like prominent. The idea that GBL is going to die unless we get a Show 6 Pick 3 format on
in game,
within GBL.
Yeah.
What do you think of that? Because I know I have my own opinions on it, but
surely this whole the whole Show 6 Pick 3, but that appeals to like a very niche percentage of the community within a community. Sorry, the PvP community within the overall it's very niche. I feel like we may see it a lot on Twitter, people calling about it, but it may just depend on who you follow and who you interact with. It could literally just be people involved in that space. Whereas casual people or people that are just starting out battling, they're not gonna. I understand where they're coming from, because I guess loads of the people calling for it now had stuff like they had Sylph and all the grassroots tournaments and platforms and stuff to sort of as like a gateway into the sort of PvP Show 6 realm. But I don't think GBL will die. I think it'll be nice to have an alternative game mode.
Okay, well, so just to interject a little bit, see what you think. I don't think it's unreasonable to say. It's not unreasonable, but it's crazy to say. Yeah. I don't think GBL has ever been in a worse state than it has been this season.
Yeah, it's been pretty bad. I was literally on I was on Tom's stream earlier, and literally you have to scroll through his chat, and then people are just talking about how mudded the gate. Yeah, it's bad.
Yeah, it's bad. It's bad. But so my idea is they do something very similar to Pokemon Unite. So Pokemon Unite does it where you play ranked.
Yeah.
And obviously level up. You go through the stages. When you hit Masters in Unite, that is when it becomes like a draft game mode.
Yeah.
Right. So obviously, like you've watched a little bit of competitive Unite. So bands.
They will have to pick, and they have to pick unique. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. But so in order to get there, you have to hit Masters. I think they could do something similar to that in Go. Maybe at like
Legend.
Maybe at Legend. I think that would be interesting to see. Maybe like veteran rank. I mean, realistically, they could do it at Ace rank because in that way, all the casual everyday players who aren't that invested can still play and get to rank 19 every season and get their rewards.
I feel like they should go like, instead of just like focusing, because for a lot of people they get disengaged with it because they can't get past like rank 19, rank 20 or Ace or whatever. Like they put themselves in a. I feel like, and they don't know how to get better, right? Unless they watch like YouTube videos or Twitch streams or whatnot, or they go the other way and get people to do it for them, which obviously isn't ideal. But
so the thing is, I think first of all, I think from me, I actually think PvP is one of the things as a free to play player you should do every single season.
Yeah.
I think hitting rank 19 is easy enough throughout the course of the season, and the rewards are worth it.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
Because you don't have to win all your games. That graphic comes up every season with how many you need to win at each rank and shit. And
I think realistically, I think just getting to rank 19, the actual rewards are worth time and effort. I mean, the fact you get an elite charge fast TM every season, which we only see in the community day boxes and some special researches.
You get a lot of Stardust as well.
They come out at like $5 each. That resource comes out. Being able to get one for free each season is quite nice.
You get the Rare Candy XL as well if you do the timed free research with it as well. But obviously you have to commit to a certain amount of battles.
You see, I think that's too much. Personally. Mate, definitely. That's what was it? 500 battles completely.
Well, 500. That's 500 wins.
500 wins. Yeah. Complete the entire thing. I don't know.
I guess that's supposed to just be a little additional thing for those that are actually, if you were going to do those battles anyway, it's sort of just rewarding what you would have done anyway.
Oh yeah, for sure. But for me, obviously this season I managed to hit Legend relatively early.
Yeah.
I've not finished the research. I probably won't finish it. I don't care. Go Battle Day, I literally just used like 10 CP mons for all my 10 sets. I don't care to play anymore. I've got what I want from it. That's good enough for me. But yeah, I think it would be interesting for them to introduce Show 6, Pick 3.
Even if they had just unranked. I think if they just had unranked, it would let people try out teams of 3 without it.
The thing is,
affecting the elo if it doesn't work.
What the thing for me is, I don't think it makes sense to. I don't think there's enough players playing PvP to actually make it viable in terms of dedicating time and resources. I think if you had to pick between unranked and ranked,
you'd want ranked,
right? Yeah, like the vast majority of people are gonna play ranked.
Yeah,
I don't think the everyday casual player is gonna go, oh right, I've done my 5 rank sets, I'm gonna go practice unranked. I don't see it happening. And then at that point, then what happens is you're gonna face the same people every day in unranked, right? Where you're trying to practice.
Because there'll be no proper matchmatching. Well, I can't imagine there'll be a proper matchmaking system.
And realistically, then at that point, you might as well go in go in a Discord server and ask someone to scrim with you. In my opinion.
But I was only suggesting like unranked play, just because a lot of people don't even they're not even that way inclined to, they don't have scrim partners, or they may literally play this game as a solo in like a remote area. They don't know any of their locals. They don't know anyone. So that is just a thought, really.
But like I said, I think for me, I don't think the PvP community is big enough, and Pokemon Go is definitely following the same trend as basically any PvP based game.
Yeah.
Life goes on. So like PvP numbers will never grow, right? They're always just going to slowly whittle down.
Yeah.
As as the game goes on. As someone who's played a lot of PvP based games, I'll use Destiny as an example. In season 1, when I hit I think I was 70 something in the world in PvP, and then as the seasons went on, I was facing the same people every single weekend without fail, and there's no new players.
Yeah.
But Destiny also had a tracker you could use online, and it would tell you how many people were playing that weekend. So come the end of the weekend game mode, it would say how many people played, how many matches were played, and and the numbers were just progressively, dwindling down.
Decreasing,
Decrease. I think they increased. Yeah. I think Pogo has the same problem. I think it would be what I actually think would be a really, really interesting to do, especially throughout the competitive season. Whenever there's a regional on, make it so within the game there's a practice mode, like a show 6 pick 3 mode. So then it's not there all the time. It would tie in to the actual regional events, which could make people more interested in watching it. And have it alongside an optional different cup. I think would be a good idea.
Because then all you'd have to do is it would be no different to when they do a limited meta anyway. Because obviously there are some stuff that's banned, you ban Horlucha and all the obvious stuff.
But then I think the problem then would be, and I don't think people see it because a lot of the people who talk about it only care about Great League.
Yeah.
Imagine show 6 pick 3 in Master League.
Oh, God.
It would be horrific.
Yeah.
It would be horrific. It would be the same 6 mons every single every time you match someone. It would be the same 6 mons.
Yeah.
So for Master League as an example, with 2 Master League players, it would not work. In my opinion, it wouldn't, because every team of 6 would probably
I think the accessibility comes down to it as well. What if I'm saying some people best believe they only have 4 or 5 Master League mons, so it's
exactly,
it might not work from that perspective.
So I don't think it would work in something like Master League. I don't know, but I mean, for me, I think PvP as a whole just needs a complete overhaul. I actually think we need to see the entire mechanics.
I mean, they're giving the rest of the game a literal facelift. Our fucking avatars look different. The fucking biome and world looks the map. Sorry, looks different. Might as well just start again, mate.
I've said this before. I think PvP just needs a complete fucking overhaul in general to make it more interesting and more interactive for people to play in general. Like I said,
even if they just fix the bugs, even the bugs got fixed, it would make it a whole lot more enjoyable.
I think it would actually be really interesting to, in order to make people more interested in the competitive side, do a weekend league mode where the top X people
within that time frame
in whatever, and then whoever ranks where, you get championship points based on how you rank.
The only issue, and this is why a lot of people have said that with the actual regionals and stuff. So obviously you'll have a lot of the APAC regions, Taiwan, Japan, and all that. A lot of them don't have their tournaments in person. Now the whole thing with getting championship points without it obviously being in person and remotely, there's always a chance that someone could play for you, and there's no real way of proving that you actually earned those wins or those points. Trust, it's one of them. It sounds bad and feels bad to say, but people if it was that serious and there was CP on the people, literally you'll just see I'm trying to think the Donny with a bike and all these phones. There'll be some PvP Donny with a bike and all the phones, some crack battler battling for everyone.
Like I said, I'm just spitballing ideas. But yeah, I think that would be interesting. So, make it different from your actual rank in game. You know, so legend whatever does not apply. If you go into like the weekend league, you start. It's just based off wins.
Yeah.
Thing. So and then as you win more, you face the same sort of seeded players. Move up. I think something like that would be interesting. I definitely don't want to see Show 6 pick 3 like from the start of the season. I wouldn't enjoy that. That would become a chore, to be honest. I think, and not to sound like I'm being horrible, but I'm sure everyone would think it because, realistically, start the season, first 8, your first few sets, you're playing bad people.
Yeah, unless you're like, it's one of them where like sometimes you're like, oh, you'll face someone that you know or someone like but it's very rare though because everyone like the start of the season is when everyone's playing. It's like it's literally like a pick a mix, man. You can get whoever,
yeah. But the problem is as well is like I feel like, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, you know a lot more about the competitive scene than I do. I feel like there's no downtime between the competitive seasons, really. I feel like they kind of just announce it, like...
Yeah, so in terms of, like, local... I know we've spoke a lot about the local cups and challenges and stuff, but I think this month is the last month where, like, locals and, like, challenges, the championship points go towards Worlds for this year. Hawaii, as soon as... So there's none in June. As soon as it's July, the locals and challenges, like I believe, if anyone's in chat knows otherwise, I feel like this is what I've read and this is the sort of impression I've got. When it hits July, you'll be able to do the locals again and they will go towards wherever Worlds is in 2025. Yeah, which is mad because I'm trying to think when the first regional / like special events aren't until September.
Yeah.
So you're gonna have like people obviously gonna go ham on these locals, like proper early, and then you're gonna have like obviously the regionals kick in. So I don't know how I feel about that. I feel like I don't know. I feel like it would make sense obviously for like it ought to be a bit more streamlined. It's like think of the Premier League season when that's done. Obviously you have the pre-season friendlies and then. I'm saying that then the games start again. Like why? Like that, I don't feel like that will be enough downtime. I don't know. Like I haven't done a local cup or challenge or anything. So if people feel like they can manage it and it's feasible, then fair play to you. But I feel like it would be, I don't know. It would make more sense to have a bit more of a window, rather than like as soon as this month, maybe a month's long enough. I don't know.
Well, I mean, like to go back to GBL, I think there's certain things that still aren't fixed within the mechanics, let alone revamp the system. Like when was the last time we had Mega Master League? When was the last time that was out? We had it once, right?
Yeah, had it a while ago.
That was a long time ago.
When everyone mashed it up with primals.
Yeah, right. But then this comes down to the issue of I don't think Niantic know how to fix it.
No.
So, as someone who played Mega Master League, you might not agree. You might. I think Mega Master League was the best meta we've ever had in Master League. I think it was fucking great.
It's technically apart from like Prem Classic and stuff like that.
It tied in nicely with what was going on in the game season. Where they were really focused on Mega Pokemon. And they keep releasing new Mega Pokemon, and there's no way to fucking use it.
Yeah.
And it's unfortunate that people, were, abusing that league, with the glitch.
Yeah, but was it double primals? I'm trying to think.
Yeah.
People would do like the double evolve
primals.
The double evolve thing on like multiple devices. So
yeah, it's crazy. So we had Mega Master League February 23rd to March 1st last year. We've not had it back since. In 14 months, we've not had Mega Master League back, and I do genuinely think that's because Niantic don't know how to fix it.
Well, that'd be scary now, because since then, because obviously like Gary was like pretty much everywhere. Since then, Aquatel's received a significant buff. Mate, Gary, that would be Gary running a train on everyone.
Yeah, but it's like, you know, like someone who played it, I love Mega Master League, love it. I think, you know, where they did this big shift focus onto look at all these new Mega Pokemon we're bringing out. That you know, we've revamped, you know, the stuff they can do and what they bring, and it was like, okay, cool. And now you get to use it in PvP. So now it's actually worth going out, doing Mega Raids, spending money to get, you know, to get a good one from the Mega Raid, blah blah, and then, you know, and then people fucking ruined it. But, you know, like stuff like that, you know, which I think to me is even simpler than Show 6 Pick 3.
Yeah,
because you know, like it's still not been fixed.
No, it makes sense. It's just one of those things where I feel like they always try and rotate what's in the. I'm not going to say rotation again, but what's in, like, you know, obviously they plan out. We know all of the cups at the start of the season, right? All of the metas, when they're going to be, So when leagues change over, we're like, you know, we have time to prepare, like if we need to build anything for that sort of meta or that cup. But I don't know, with Mega Master League, it's a weird one, because it's like, realistically, if there's no Mega Master League, like unless you do like other like grassroots like tournaments, if you do Battlefront, if you do other draft lobbies and stuff, then you're not really going to use Megas apart from like as a raid counter, or you know, like to have for like the extra candy and the buddy and everything like that. So I guess it would be nice to have another focal point on Megas.
So this season ends in 23 days.
Yeah.
And you know, realistically, Pokemon Go Fest this year, you know, we are going to get 2 new Megas. I think the files have already been added for the Mega Necrozma evolutions.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like, you know, what the fuck are we going to use them for? You know?
True.
You know, like stuff like that needs fixing. And it's like, you know, around the time of Global, where, you know, like I said, where I do think they are realistically going to add like those Mega Evolution type things. It's like, okay, cool, but you can only use those raid counters, and then you know, I think there's just things that, you know, need to be fixed.
Yeah. It's a weird one, because it's like, I feel like if they fix like even half of the bugs that they have at the minute in the game, then, you know, it'll make the game considerably more enjoyable.
Yeah. You know, you've frozen me somehow.
I've not frozen you. It's Ilian came and said, actually good camera mic, and then froze it. So Ilian, you got jinxed.
Yeah, you know, like, you know, I would love to see fucking Mega Master League come back. Mega Master League was sick. Please fucking fix it, man. Fix it.
Yeah, it's one of those things, because even before that, like, they didn't have which one, I can't remember if it was Prem Classic or Classic. They didn't have one of them for ages, and they put in a blog post that they were gonna, you know, every season there was gonna be like a classic option. And then I remember Jason, you might not know who Jason is, but Jason's basically, he's a perennial leaderboarder. Like he will hit like number 1 on leaderboards every season. He sort of like brought it to, well, I say everyone. He sort of brought it into everyone's attention by, like, you know, bringing back an old blog post saying, oh, there's no, like, we were promised this and we didn't get this. So it's one of them. I feel like even having just the classic options would be better, because obviously the same accessibility issues that we have with like Open Master League could be also like, you know, they're relevant to Mega Master League as well. Because even though, like, you look at like, you know, Mega Gary, obviously there's been like Magic Cup Community Day, there's been like Spotlight Hours and stuff like that. Like, in theory, if you think about it, it's not hard to get the candy for it. But, you know, for a newer player, obviously that hasn't played like the game for very long, then, you know, it's still that same issue. But it's one of them about, like, that's why having 2 rotations or 2 different options is good, because there should be one that's accessible to everyone, right? And then there should be one maybe that like isn't accessible to everyone.
No, I want to use. No, how? No, man. Like, don't get me wrong. I understand. You know, to play Master League costs money, blah blah blah. Like, whatever. Okay, cool. But then also, like, you know, people who put in the work, go out to raid the local community, blah blah blah. why should you not be able to use those mons?
Oh, I'm not saying that. I'm saying that there should at least be, there should be like an open league, like there should be like I feel like you should be able to do Great League all season personally, like just be.
Oh God, God no, mate. Do you know what? I'm shocked you said that.
You
Right?
should be able to do it all season.
No, man, because as a Master League player, right? You know how bad the queue times are already.
Yeah, I wouldn't do Great League all season, but like
no, but I'm saying, just imagine the state of the queues. Imagine the fucking state of it. It would be awful. You'd face the same people constantly, or you just have the most insane up pairs and down pairs. I think you have to take it with the same kind of perspective as some of the events in game, right? So if they do an event and it's not great, it's okay to not play that event.
Yeah.
I think PvP should be the same. In my personal opinion.
As in, if the rotation isn't for you, then skip it.
Yeah, skip it. Yeah, which is exactly what I do.
Yeah. No, I get what you're saying. I guess for some people, it's like they might not have a league that they sort of prioritize or that they specialize in, to use a better word. So they just want to try and play every week, and sometimes it's hard. They have to skip a week because they've got no choice. That's the worst part.
Yeah, okay, but then also, if you had Great League available all season round, are you not just kind of pushing everyone into one pool, so then all the other pools lose out because of that?
Not really. I just feel like maybe not just Great League, but at least like there should be a Great League option, at least not just open Great League, but like there should be like either a cup or great. It should be something where it's that's sort of the easy access, and then what you can have Master League, because even Ultra League, we've not spoken about Ultra League at all really. Even Ultra League isn't like we wouldn't say it's the most accessible league, like in terms of the meta and everything. It's like, okay, you need to re-roll a Registeel. Cresselia it's not always good you can get them, but it's not always good to get like optimal ones, and then you've got other like XL mons, like like Double and stuff that people might not be able to accumulate candies for. But the thing is, it will be like I get what you're saying. A lot of people will obviously naturally drift towards Great League, but I just don't know how they would do it, because I feel like some of the rotations are so bad. It's like what after this. So this Friday, you've got obviously Master League and Great League Remix still, and then after that it's Catch Cup week, which I think is so dumb. Like Catch Cup week is stupid. Like that is the worst week. That is the week where I feel like you should have like an open Catch Cup and then just open Great League. Like it's so dumb that you have two Catch Cup options.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I mean, like I said, I don't know. I feel like having the change of cups every week is a good thing, in my personal opinion. I do think you will end up just pushing everyone into you'll push everyone into one cup, and then other cups will just be completely ignored, and then because of that, could potentially be removed.
Yeah.
Effectively. It's probably no secret that Master League is the least played out of out of the three big ones, and I don't think it's close. I think it's a huge difference in numbers.
Yeah.
If I'd hazard a guess. So I mean, so doing that, they could potentially end up completely removing Master League.
That's for like a range of reasons, though. I say it's less because of the accessibility, and more that if you have Great League available, right, and that Master League is by default, there's a smaller pool, you're more likely to face the same players, so it's more likely that they're going to be able to remember your team, and vice versa. It works both ways. And also, because it's a smaller pool, the queue times are going to be longer, so you might only have X amount of time to do your battles in a day, or you might not want to spend too long in your battles, so you just, even if you could play Master League, you have the resources, the mons, the team, and the know-how. You might even just end up playing Great League just because it's easier for you. Like, you might get similar. Go on, sorry.
But then realistically, doesn't that work the other way around as well? Works both ways.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely. I was just giving an example of like why like a lot of people don't play Master League because they just think, oh, the queue time is going to be long anyway. Like we'll just play play Great League, and they might get better outcome, they might get worse outcome, but
I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I always think about. I mean, I don't think it's a secret that Pokemon Go is a game where, in order to quote unquote succeed, you have to put time in.
Yeah.
It's not like you can just pick it up and smash it. Don't get me wrong. There are players within the community that are good enough to do that.
Yeah.
But I think in terms of like mastering and stuff like that, like if I've put the time in and the resources and the effort, and I've gone out and I've done raid hours, I've done raid days to pick up the resources that I need for the mons that I want to run. Why should I not be able to run them? Because other people can't bother to do the same. And to be honest, I do think we have to give Niantic props on certain things, especially in Master League. I think they've made it. I think they've made it now where there are actually quite a few viable non-legendary Master League mons that you can run.
Yeah.
And they've been relatively easy to get through events, community days.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. And people will say, "Oh, but there's a lack of rare candy XLs in the game, build stuff." Okay, but sometimes it's fine to make things hard to get.
Yeah. Because, it's a sense of like achievement. Like nothing worth having. Nothing worth having comes easy. And if it did come easy, everyone would use it, and then it wouldn't be special anymore.
It's like, so I saw people talk about putting Zygarde in raids, for example, right? And have everyone. And have everyone who
did roots
on Master League,
or have everyone that did roots be like, hold on, like you're telling me we didn't have to do millions of roots to get these fucking cells,
or even like let's see what one it pairs with
Solgaleo,
Solgaleo and Raid would fucking suck. It would fucking suck because everyone who was shit on everyone who's built it, go, oh, it's broken, it's cheating, blah blah. All of a sudden, you watch them all go and fucking raid it and get hundos. I think I don't know. I feel like it's just like one of the fundamental problems of Go.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of people don't like. These are people that have clearly never played the main series games or anything like that. 100%. But it's like the whole point of something being like a mythical. For instance, it's like obviously you can trade Cosmog, you can trade Meltan, sorry, so it's a bit different. But it's like there's a reason you can't trade Zarude. There's a reason you can't trade Meloetta. There's supposed to be like there's a reason you can't trade Celebi, Mew, like fucking so many examples of things. So like there's a reason why you shouldn't be able to trade those and you're not able to trade those because they're supposed to be like special, like exclusive, limited edition, whatever you want to call it, mons. Like if you could just raid them, it's like. You know what I mean? Like for some people, if you get a shit IV one, okay, it's a dex filler. If you get a good one, you use it. That comes down to RNG. Like that's nothing you can help. Like
well, it's like now, like there's no such thing as a rare mon in the game anymore.
Nah.
Because they always make everything available to everyone.
Yeah. Well, for ages it was that Pikachu, wasn't it? It was that Detective Pikachu, and then obviously they had the event not too long ago.
Armored Mewtwo is another one.
Yeah.
Right? And people are like, oh, blah blah, bring it back. We don't have it. And it's like, well, why can't stuff be rare? Because well, if you remember back in the old days of Ruby, Sapphire, blah blah, whatever, mate, you had to go to certain events, to certain stores in the world, and connect with them. Like to get them, like mons. In my opinion, there should be mons that should be rare. They should be hard to get.
I'm glad you brought it up because even like the regional, like even like Pachirisu, I don't have to go to fucking where is it? Oh, what was it? Argentina? I can't remember.
No, it's certain parts of Canada, Alaska, and Russia.
That's it. Yeah, I don't have to go to fucking Russia to get my Pachirisu now because it's been in events. I don't have to go to like Mexico to get like a Carnival Raktus or whatever because it's been in events and those are mons you can trade, so it's fine. But in terms of like the Zarude and the mythicals and stuff, it's like everyone's gonna have one. Some will just be better than others. That comes down to pure luck. Like
and that's that's part of RNG. That's part of the game. So for me, so sorry, we've gone on a bit of a tangent here.
That's okay.
So so I would like to see them fix, stuff like Master League, Mega Master League. Sorry, so we can use the stuff that we've put the time and effort in to get the resources.
Yeah.
And actually use them, because at the end of the day, not everyone uses not everyone uses their Mega Pokemon for the bonuses they're given. But then I guess you could apply that to Go Fest. Well, like Go Fest has changed so much. I remember during Go Fest, right? During Go Fest back in the day, there was only one regional that you would get.
Yeah.
Right, and now it's like there's like 4 fucking regionals.
All the featured mons. So you look on it, like you'll get 4 regional mons and Dratini or like Gibble or something like. It's always them for some. It's always Dratini for some reason. Dratini unknown, and then you'll get 4 regionals with it.
So even. Sorry, I've got it up here now. So looking at Pokemon Go Fest Madrid this year.
Yeah.
Right. So the regional is Klefki.
Yeah.
Cool. Right. Fine. So Klefki is the regional for this year.
We've got a Klefki at Gatwick.
Right. And then you scroll down to the spawn. There's going to be the Oricorio European style, the Oricorio Hawaiian style.
I've got that as well. Yeah.
There's going to be Pansage, which is the Asian.
The green John. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's come on, man. Like all of a sudden you've got 4 or 5 fucking regionals appearing at one event, and I think it goes against what the game is about.
Yeah, because I thought it would be about connecting or go, or you say go, obviously not everyone's going to be able to go to different continents and different countries to be able to acquire these mons, but sure, that's why stuff like Go Fest is good, because you can go.
You can trade them.
Yeah, because I remember when I used to watch videos of I never went to Dortmund Go Fest or Chicago or anything, but I remember people would have signs, and it was even in London when I went there. People would have signs saying looking for this regional Klefki, Panzer, looking for this. We'll give you or have to offer this. What I'm saying?
And
it's
now,
that's what it should be about.
Yeah, and now it's really funny because now all the people that have those signs, there's hardly any regionals on them. They're the costume Pokemon, the actual rare stuff.
They want shinies, shiny costume and stuff like that.
I remember doing Chicago Go Fest in 2019, and I got an Uxie from a Japanese player.
Yeah.
Because at the time they were regional, there wasn't remote raid.
Yeah.
And dude, I was gassed. I was so gassed to get a mon that, is relatively.
You wouldn't be able to get otherwise, yeah.
Yeah, man. And now I've sat here and I've got shinies of Uxie.
Fucking
I've
maxed
got
out.
Hondo. Yeah. I think stuff should be allowed to be rare. Because people have different goals in the game. For me, I would love to complete my Pokédex.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It feels
I feel like that's everyone's low key, whether they prioritize it or say they prioritize it or not. It's up to them. But I feel like everyone deep down wants to. It's the whole premise of the game, innit? Got to catch them all.
Catch them all.
Yeah.
100%. But being able to go to a Go Fest event and being able to trade, for a new regional, that you don't have someone has been.
Yeah.
Is for me one of the really fucking.
And you think about it as well, you've had to get your Maractus, you've had to communicate or talk to someone from a different. Is that not what the game's all about? Connecting people worldwide. I had to speak to this Mexican Donny to get a Maractus, or I had to speak to this chick from Alaska to get Apache. So it's rather than just being able to get it, it's no. I mean, you've got it, you've earned it because they put it in events, but just if you're just handing it out,
yeah,
I don't know,
I
man.
mean,
I don't know.
I don't know, man. Stuff that is rare should just be allowed to be rare, in my opinion. Okay, so we are going to interject here a little bit. So, guys, obviously, as you know, we normally don't interact with chat while we're doing these. Anyone listening back, but someone has just put some would say a controversial point in the live chat over on twitch.tv/ThomasYoung1997. Someone has said Go Fest Global should not exist. Period. To an extent, an extent,
I agree and disagree. I feel like I feel like it should exist, but I don't think you should be able to get everything that someone's had to go somewhere else.
Yeah. I think it should be like
the
a roundup event.
Yeah.
Right. It should just be like a roundup event. So
I think the raids will be alright, to be honest.
So for example,
like they do a community day, like you're able to round up and catch up on everything.
Yeah. So for example, Madrid this year we're getting shiny Cabrola. Japan are getting shiny Mulga. America getting shiny Ducklet, I think.
Ooh.
And it's like, so realistically, if we go to Madrid, we've made the effort, we've travelled, paid to attend, blah blah.
Yeah.
And then we picked up these shinies that are limited to this. 3 weeks later, everyone's got one, and it's like, well, actually, then, if you're being selfish, you maybe don't have a lot of friends within the community. Maybe you're happy that way. All of a sudden, all that effort has gone.
Yeah.
Is wasted because all of a sudden, then everyone's picked one up.
Yeah.
I think it would be good to keep stuff rare. I would like to see some kind of roundup event. So because everyone refers to like this, the middle time of the year as like Go Fest period. Yeah. Right. The 3 go on, blah blah, and maybe at the end don't do a global Go Fest, but maybe just do like a roundup like event, right, where it's like. Like spawns, spawns that don't fucking matter, but have features. So, for example, just looking at Madrid here, I don't know, like in Hisuian Voltorb, Lickitung, Natu, Altai, Beldum, Munas, stuff like that. Stuff that isn't regional, costumed.
Or rare,
yeah. Do something like that, but don't just give it out to everyone. Okay, maybe do give it out, but not so close to when it's just happened.
Like a year, not even a year, maybe. I don't know. Like maybe. Yeah. It's hard to say because people eventually, if they know that that's going to be released in events anyway, they may do 2 things. They may not go to Madrid in the first place, or they don't go to Madrid in the first place, or they'll wait in general because they know they're going to get it at some point.
But then. So as much as I understand that, but then that to me then frees up ticket for people who actually want to go and experience an in-person event.
True.
To be honest, it makes me quite happy that especially during Safari Zone last year when we got Skiddo and Go-Go, right? Still has not been released globally.
Yeah.
And I've seen people like, oh, we don't have it yet. Okay, but realistically, why should you?
Yeah, you didn't attend the event. It's like, for instance, it's like if you put it on like a sort of basic level, you didn't do the community day, you didn't do the spotlight hour, therefore that's why you didn't get this. Like, it's no different to, you didn't attend an event somewhere in another country. Yeah. Why should you get what people that did got?
Yeah, exactly. I think Pokemon should be allowed to be rare. It should be Pokemon that are hard to fucking
man. Get. The whole like phrase of like there's rare Pokemon. It's like, I'm saying it's like but nowadays it's so easy to get like anything really, like in terms of like shinies, IVs. You've got all 100%. Sorts like you've got all sorts of scanners and like it's easy to get what you want nowadays.
And I think it would be different if you collected your decks via going to in-person events and making trades and communicating with people. I remember back in the day when I really got into the game, thinking about the regional in New Zealand camp, thinking I'm never ever going to get one.
Yeah.
Ever. I managed to trade with someone. I was gassed. I was so gassed that I managed to make the connection, with someone to get it, and then next thing you know, everyone's got Relicanth now. Everyone's got it.
Well, Relicanth was what they did for it was like Liverpool's Safari Zone. Well, when it was supposed to be in Liverpool because of COVID and everything, they ended up like doing Safari Zone. You could do it from home, which that was the first time they'd done anything like that. Which it was good because of what was going on in the world at the time. But
Yeah, for sure.
it wasn't. It wasn't. I understand like where you come from. I know a lot of people. It's like the same with like Heracross and stuff like that. Like a lot of people feel a certain type of way that Heracross spawns locally to them. Why should others be able to? But then that's the whole thing. Like I said, like eventually people will be able to get everything like at some
Yeah,
point
it's
anyway because
yeah,
they don't want to keep things behind like a
yeah. I
paywall
think
or exclusive to an
yeah,
extent.
like okay. So to be fair, I should specify. I'm not saying that no one should ever get these mods. That's
Yeah,
not what I'm saying. It shouldn't be in such a short time frame. Um, when you think back, you think back. We use legendary Pokemon as a good example.
yeah,
The best example I could think of. So legendary Pokemon always went through a life cycle, right? So it was their initial release,
yep.
and then they'd get released with a shiny,
And
and
the shiny would be like 2 weeks, would they not? I'm sorry. When
yeah,
would they
yeah,
give it to? Yeah,
yeah,
2 weeks for a
yeah,
shiny, or like
right,
2 weeks for an exclusive
yeah,
move. Yeah,
yeah, and then it would come back shiny again, and then it would come back with its exclusive move.
yeah,
You know, um, I think it'd be interesting to see something like that, implemented, and keep people playing. I think it's very easy to play your Pokédex now,
yeah,
which as part of the game should be fundamentally quite difficult to
yeah,
play, in my personal opinion. Um, I mean, obviously it's different if you live in a non-accessible area. You don't have locals, blah blah. Maybe you can't attend in-person events. Um, you know, um, but let things be rare for a certain period of time. I think I think it brings a lot of value to the game, and I think it's what the game is about. It's about Pokemon Go. Go and explore. Go and talk to people.
yeah,
It shouldn't be as easy as playing, playing a global event that people have paid to go to, and then 2 weeks later you've got the exact same stuff, and
yeah,
granted, people will not have been able to. People don't have the money, the time to go. Completely understand that. Okay, but you can also, you can also wait a little bit to get it
yeah,
right.
yeah. And I get what you're saying, but like what I was trying to say before, I hope I don't know if it came across like when I was saying about like community days and spotlight hours and stuff. It's more of a case of right. So if someone obviously is paid to go to like Madrid, for instance, because that's the one that's coming up in terms of European Go Fest, right? They should be able to. Obviously, they will. They'll be able to benefit from everything because they are there in person. And then a few weeks later, or a few couple months later, whatever the fucking timeline is, everyone's just gonna get near enough the same stuff. But like,
Yeah,
it doesn't feel fair. And it's like with Community Day, it's different because if you miss if you miss like community day for whatever reason, they have the catch up later, and then they'll have
yeah,
like another catch up the year afterwards. So it's
yeah,
like,
exactly.
and they do like the past 2 years of bonds because they appreciate that not everyone is able to do it. Like, and at least with the community day ones, you have like for exclusive moves or whatever, you have the elite charge TMs, which aren't always, depending on who you are, aren't always accessible, right? Which is why it's good, like we mentioned earlier, that they basically give them for free in GBL. Like if you just commit
Yeah,
to doing what is free battles, but yeah, it seems, I don't know, it just seems like very, what's the word I'm looking for? Like not loose, but it's like yeah, just like I think it's been mentioned in chat, and I see people are
yeah,
talking about it in the live chat currently. But it's like you just feel like you have these things and they're relevant for 2 weeks. You're not going to be able to
yeah.
trade them with anyone because people know that in a couple of weeks' time
Well,
they're going to be able to probably get them themselves.
yeah. Well, I think if we use Barcelona as an example, Barcelona was really good for that with Skiddo. There were people within my local community who were like, "Oh, blah blah," I'll trade you one when you get back.
Yeah,
Cool. I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that. People
yeah,
people were excited. Brand new mon that was never going to be rumored to release. Didn't know. So and it's still rare now.
yeah,
And to be honest, it's looking like it will continue to be rare for quite a long time. Um, yeah, man. I think having rare Pokemon is good for the game. I think it's good. To keep people involved and sorry, I'm just reading.
No, but I get what you're saying. It's like there should be, because the whole point in like like Pokemon in terms of like the cards and the video game, there is stuff that's rare. Like for cards, there's rare
Okay,
cards.
sorry. So I'm just reading
Go on.
this one
Sorry.
in chat. So yes, I absolutely agree. So the comment reads, I think there is value in attending an event outside of exclusive Pokemon. It's leaning to that instead of locking. Yes, okay. So I agree. In my personal opinion, as someone who has attended a lot of these events, I will 110% say, hold my hands up, that in-person events like Go Fest Fire Zones are the best part of this game by a mile. I don't think it's close. It's a part of the time in the year that I look forward to immensely.
Yeah.
To catch up with friends because everyone has. The same
It's low key, not even low key. It's not low key because it's like Go Fest. It's like for some people, it's like this time of the year. It's like you have like festival season and stuff like that. Like I don't really go to I don't go to festivals or but I'll go to like Go Fest. Like it's the same sort of concept, but only for gamers.
Yeah, definitely. And I do think if you are able to go, I do think you should. I think it's a fantastic experience. But so when we talk about Mons specifically, there are a lot of people who unfortunately do only attend these events for that reason to get exclusive stuff.
Which is okay.
It's okay, but it takes away from the point of them.
Yeah, it is but it's one of those things. It is what they like. An event is what you make of it. Like if they just want to go there, play the event, and that's it, then that's up to them.
Yeah, but then this is where the problem then arises, right? So if you're one of those players that you're not really bothered about meeting new people, I guess a lot of it especially goes to like a lot of like Japanese players that I know.
Yeah,
like they will attend these events because they know they are getting something that is rare, right? That they generally don't care. So imagine making that travel, to get something, and then 2-3 weeks later, everyone else gets it. I know tons of Japanese players that went to the Safari Zone in Mexico City just because it was, it could get what's it called? It's a regional Mexico.
Maractus?
A little fighting bird.
Oh, Hawlucha.
Yeah. Loads of them went only for that. Literally, that is the only reason why they went.
Yeah.
Which is,
I mean, personally, I wouldn't do it. I would, if I was going, I'd go because I wanted to go. Oh shit, there's Hawlucha there as well.
Yeah, I understand it, but I know a lot of them only went purely because of that.
Yeah.
Which does happen. But then also on top of going there, see people, meet people, which is always going to be the forefront. I do think there needs to be some level of value.
Yeah.
In terms of in game.
Well, the only example I can think of, it's not relevant to PV. It's a PvP example. So remember when they gave everyone the Libre, but they made sure it wasn't like shiny. I'm just trying to think off the top of my head, and I don't really know how to phrase it. But I don't know if there'll be a way of them doing that, because I think for a lot of people they don't really care about getting the shiny regional. If they need the regional, then it's it's a dex filler for them.
Dude. I mean, for me, like I hate those seasons. I don't think that should be a thing. Like there is no reason why everyone
should have a free one.
Libre,
yeah, it's
right?
it's that whole fear of missing out, and it's not like you need it for your Pokédex. You've got one Pikachu, you've got them all. Like
and realistically, in my opinion, hitting legend is is arguably the hardest standard achievement in the game, like by a mile. So giving them out to people who.
Well, it's the only one that's really like properly measured. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, there are other there's XP and stuff, but the XP can keep going up and up. There's no cap. There's no cap really. But in terms of the badges as well, you have badges that you meet, but a lot of people go past it. But like in terms of legend, it's going to be the same every season. 3,000 elo, and you're there.
Yeah. Okay. So, and my reason being is most people who play Pokemon Go know about PvP.
Yeah.
Right. As in, okay. And when I say that, I mean they know they know it's an option and it exists. I'm
They
not
know
saying they know how to
they
play
know
it.
of
They know,
it. They're aware. They've
yeah,
seen it. Yeah.
you know, I do not see a world where people who flat out refuse to play it every other day of the season should get something that other players,
Have earned.
dedicate a lot of time and effort
Have
to.
earned. Yeah.
I think it's wrong.
Well, it's like the poses. I'm surprised they didn't go into that. It's like obviously they have like they had that season where it was I don't know if it was the same one, but basically they had the
They were
season
supposed
where
to bring back, they were supposed to bring back the OG Stephen pose, weren't they?
no, not that one, not that one. I wasn't even on about that one. That's the one that got like fucking flagged for all sorts of like connotation. We don't need to go into that. It's more. It was more of the ones where you didn't need to hit legend. You only needed to hit rank 20, and you got the fucking the Scott. Was it Team Skull or whatever it was? So everyone had like a quote unquote pose that way. It's like, I guess it's a nice thing to do, and I think the way they did it was good because it's like it just if you have that pose, it's like it's not a legend pose. It's a pose that's from PvP, but then if you see someone like using it in a raid lobby or whatever, you'll know that they've not like hit legend to get that. So I like it in that sense. The Libre thing was just weird because I don't understand why everyone needed a Libre because they didn't. They
Yeah,
really
no,
didn't.
I don't know, man. There's like to me, there's absolutely no reason
Yeah,
for that sort of thing. Because again, it makes stuff not rare, right?
yeah,
As someone who is not great at PvP anyway, I love the Libras I have. It
yeah.
symbolizes the hard work and effort I put in. You know, um, and they just give them out. I'm actually surprised we haven't had another one of those free seasons recently.
Yeah, the freebies, yeah.
Um,
I'm not, to be fair. I guess like they do it once because then you know like a large amount of the player base will then have one. But I guess no one's really cried out for it in a while. Or if they've really wanted this Libre, they've done what most people would do and just like tried to get good at the game, good enough to get a Libre. Or you can
no,
trade it as well. Like that is something
mate,
that's not.
yeah, yeah, but mate, who's trading a Libre?
I know a couple of people that would trade it like it's weird. They'll trade it for like to get it under 500. Like if they've not got a little cup one. Like
Yeah,
people, I know. I'm the same. Like I wouldn't trade mine.
no, no,
I wouldn't trade mine.
I wouldn't. But then realistically, I don't think that's even remotely comparable because I think off the top of my head, I can maybe think of 4 people that have traded them off the top of my head anyway,
I
and
know. I
that is
know.
such a minute
I know quite a
number.
few, but it's like yeah, majority of people are gonna keep their Libres for either similar reasons to you said. It's like a sense of achievement, because a lot of this game is about unlocking things and
Yeah,
collecting and achievements. So a lot of people will see those Libres as that, or they'll just keep them just because
yeah,
it's like it's standard now. It's like another season, another Libre,
yeah.
nothing else really for me to do in the game. Not shiny. We go
Correct.
again next season. Yeah,
Yeah, we'll go again next season. Yeah, yeah. I think just to kind of round out, I think it's probably a good kind of time to uh, sort of round off podcast. Is I think stuff should be allowed to be rare. I don't think there's a problem with it.
yeah,
Um, uh, I don't think you're necessarily losing out um, because realistically, everything is going to become available at some point.
yeah,
It's just it. I don't know. It's just kind of like the life cycle
yeah.
of Pokemon Go, in my opinion.
Well, they have to do
That's
stuff.
really
They
how
have to do stuff like to keep it fresh and to sort of
yeah,
ensure the longevity of the game, which may come in the form of obviously, like you said, Mon gets released. Cool, you've got Mon now. Then Mon gets like released again. It's shiny now, so there's a new reason to sort of go
yeah,
after
new
slash
reason to
raid
do
for the
it.
Mon.
Yeah,
Then it gets released. The shiny's already been. There's no reason from now to not release it with the shiny. So it will be released, or shiny's already available. Now it'll be exclusive move time. So
yeah,
then it's like it means that because if you were just to introduce all at once, like I don't know, like you introduce the Landorus, Shiny, and Sand Storm all at once, then it's like, oh, there's only like that's it. You know, if you haven't raided it there and then you won't even have a Landorus, let alone one with a exclusive move and a shiny available. So I understand why they do it. To like, sometimes I don't agree with how they do it, but I understand it from like a business point of view. Like they have to keep it. The main thing that gets people is like obviously when they lock stuff in like ticketed events, and I think that also boils down to the fact that they have too many events. So if they were to take away some of these events, then they wouldn't need as many like tickets for it. Like the community day tickets, I think are okay in their current form because you know for a low cost you don't get like you're not really you're sort of aiding your event. You're not like at a disadvantage by not having it. It's sort of the paid researchers that are like you know like the Zarude. A lot of people are like, oh I have to pay X amount for a Zarude, which is like that. I don't know. Like I would do it because it's fine, but I know that I'm not everyone, so other people may not be able to justify spending, you know, whatever it converts to in their local currency, like I don't know, like $7 or whatever it was, on as a route. So I don't know. I feel like there's so much you could talk about in terms of accessibility because a lot of people naturally assume that accessibility is to do with like money and other stuff, but sometimes it's just like you know it's time, resources, being in the right place, playing the event at the right time, and also like not for some people it's like you know that a mon for instance is going to get a community day, right? So you save that mon and then you wait and evolve that mon later down the line. You know that's patience does pay off in this game to some extent. But
mate, I've got plenty of mons like that I'm saving.
Well, even when you've seen my Pokedex, you're like, oh, why haven't you got this? And I'm like, sometimes I'm just like, if I don't need it there and then, I'm not going to evolve it. Like, I'm not that desperate to have it there and then. But some people are very impatient and want it so they can fill out their Pokedex. Okay, but you've still not completed the Pokedex. Like, I'm saying, because they will keep releasing mons, like, gradually to keep the longevity of the game going. Like, because realistically, how long has this game got left? Like, we don't even know. I don't even know at this point. Like,
it definitely makes me wonder how long we got left. But I don't know. That feels like a pretty good time to wrap it up.
It's some food for thought for anyone like listening back or like watching live now. We appreciate all of you. All the support you're showing us and whatnot. But just think about how long's this game got left. Like, you've got to like, sort of like weigh it up, like from a business point of view to like just a game as well.
Oh yeah, for sure. There's very much two sides to the story.
Yeah.
With it.
That's fair.
Especially when it comes to stuff that's rare. I think the one that annoyed, like, sorry, I know we're trying to wrap it up, but it's just like
that's okay.
One that annoyed me. Our good friend Elian went to the Safari Zone in Seville a few years ago.
Yeah.
And it was shiny crawfish that was released.
Oh yeah.
And I remember loading up Twitter, and Twitter was just full of spoofers, like flexing their fucking shiny crawfish they caught. And like I just was sitting there and be like, it's bullshit, man. Like people that have made all this effort to go there and pick up something, new and rare, and like people who realistically couldn't afford to go, but they're gonna cheat to get it. Stuff like that is annoying. You've just said it now. Patience pays off. Everything will become available at some point. I just don't think it needs to become available as quickly as it does.
No, especially after it's like, there's a hype around it, and a lot of people, like you said, have travelled to these events for that maybe mon or that sort of exclusivity of the event, like for that purpose. And then 2 weeks later, that's it. Like, you're riding high for 2 weeks, and then everyone's got it. So, no, I get what you're saying. Right, that's probably a good, because we could honestly talk about accessibility in Pokemon all day, because I know it's sort of a hot topic within the community, like especially within the last like couple weeks. So guys, we're gonna wrap that one up. Episode number 33. I booze you. Yeah, we are.
Yeah, we're gonna be back. We're gonna be back next Friday, I think. Friday.
Yes. I want to say yes. I'm going to say yes. We'll be back next Friday because I should be back from Stockholm by that point.
Good luck, Stockholm, man. Hopefully you smash it.
Respectfully, I hope you do well. That's what you just said.
I hope you do well. Yeah, so thank you everyone watching live, twitch.tv/ThomasYoung1997. Shout out to all the Spotify listeners, the Apple Music listeners, the YouTube watchers. If you're not subscribed to YouTube, what the fuck are you doing? Just do it. Just fucking subscribe, man. Subscribe, man. We got good content on there, all right? It's low effort. It's fucking good, all right? All right? Yeah, man, we love it. The iBoozy Reacts channel is what it's being known as. Yeah, Thomas, I'll speak to you whenever I speak to you. Have a good time in Stockholm. Try not to catch a cold.
I'll try.
And everyone will see you later.
You do the Rashford, I'll do the Cole Palmer. All right, peace, guys.